Hi, this is Sanko Sharma. In this video, we're going to talk about General Motors. Companies like Stellantis, Ford, Tesla, Volkswagen, they're all struggling in the automobile industry at the moment. But General Motors seems to be doing well because based on today's results, that seems to imply that General Motors is doing excellent. What makes GM so special when other companies are struggling? What is that GM is doing right? Should you buy, hold, or sell? If you're buying, where should be the target to exit in profit? Let's talk about all those details in this video. Hi, welcome back. General Motors has announced excellent earnings per share, excellent revenue. In other words, the profits for the current quarter has been very, very good, the quarter that they've completed. Now, if that's the case, what made GM such a star in automobile industry? So let's break it down. First of all, the management team. GM's CEO and chair is Mary Barra. Mary Barra got a lot of things right. So this video is not endorsed by General Motors or anybody affiliated with General Motors, nor do I have any shares in General Motors. This is an independent research just for the purpose of, for the benefit of giving you all the necessary information for you to be able to make your own validations and decisions based on this. It's not a buy or sell recommendation or hold recommendation by any chance, but it is going to help you in making your own decisions, coming at your own validations on the back of this. Now, if you recall, during COVID time, General Motors been forced to do something else other than their core business, do medical equipment manufacturing. Now, Mary Barra did something very smart. She made use of that opportunity, made the entire GM production lines very flexible, dynamic, and highly productive. Second, she and her management team secured everything they need for GM in terms of supply chain. So that helped them to, in my opinion, to control the costs where other companies struggled. Moreover, General Motors, most of its operations are within America, I think 82% or so. We can check that in a minute. That's from my memory. That means they are not that much affected by what's happening around the world. And because they have really organized the supply chain, the dollar that's been raising at the time last year, like 2023, and also the inflation, etc., didn't seem to have affected General Motors that much as compared to others. And they have no union strikes or anything like that. And most importantly, Mary Barra have been the CEO for, I think, nearly 10 years. So when management is stable, they can execute their vision to the fullest possible extent. And also, it's not an easy job when things change, like when COVID came, they had to change the way they operate, and then also had to deal with supply chain issues, rising dollar and inflation, a whole lot, as well as changes in consumer behavior when consumer feels that it's very difficult to spend when interest rates are high, etc. In spite of all those headwinds, GM has done really well because the management did lots of things right, i.e., making sure the labor is happy and stable, and making sure that the costs are in control and supply chains are secured, and also making sure that the efficiencies are productivity and efficiency are excellent. On top, GM did something very special that Tesla didn't do, which is releasing models more frequently. I think there are 5 or 6 models released in 2024 alone in one of their brands. So let's jump in first, understand GM brands, and then we're going to come back and analyze the financials. And then we're going to go and look at the chart and work out what are the different things you need to know about whether you should get in, where's the best place to get in, where's the target, where you should keep the stops in case if your decision to go and buy GM is wrong, or whether you should sell or hold. All those details we're going to go and analyze step by step. So I'm going to make it super easy for you to decide everything. Now, first of all, let's jump in and see different brands that GM holds. You can see it holds all these different brands, as you can see, including it does the auto parts as well as it seems to do energy. In other words, like they can supply, looks like they can provide you EV charging stations at home and things like that are made available to retail customers as well as corporates. I also I also would like to see how much of the how much of the money is coming from corporate angle as well. Let's have a look at all those things. Now, overall, there is just quite good collection. And what is interesting is the numbers are showing that GM not only sold a lot of gas vehicles, they also sold a lot of EV vehicles and made good profit. So overall, that looks really stunning to me. Now let's go and jump in and look at the numbers. So if you look at the financial numbers, let's look at for 2023. They're all good for 2023. Let's see if we can see 2024. If we see 2023 now, 2024 quarter three numbers, they are higher. The revenue is higher than last quarter. Net income is 3.06, which is higher than this is the net income, is higher than the last quarter. Net margin was last time 6.12%, this time 6.27. So the revenue is up, net income is up, net margin is up, which is excellent. Now let's come to see the debt side of things. It's got 26 $1 billion cash and cash equivalents, about 127 debt, and free cash flow is about 862 million US dollar. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now, what I would want to do is I would want to go and check quickly the financials in greater detail. So it pays a 0.89% dividend yield, which is not bad. Now, if we look at overall, price to earnings ratio is 5.74 times, which is not bad. Price to sales, 0.33 times, not bad. Growth and profitability, we saw this earlier. Now, if you look at the revenue breakdown, majority of its business is coming from 82%, like I said earlier, is coming from North America. And if you see, a majority of 81% of its profit is coming from United States, only small portion from outside. Again, here, if you see, GM International is 9%, GM Financial is 8.28. So effectively, international business is only 10% of overall, which is excellent. Now, it's been increasing its dividends, which is good. We looked at the cash equivalents. Now, this is what I want to check. See, if you look at annual assets versus liability, it has more money, uh, in the pocket than it's spending. So 171 is in the pocket in form of assets. On liability is only spending 110, which is very good. So overall, all that numbers look good. Now let's go and check. P ratio is very, very low, which makes it really cheap. If you see the GM North America, it's been steadily increasing. GM International has also been increasing. GM Financial has also been increasing. Corporate, it is one thing I wanted to see. Corporate, 177 to 273 is a big jump last time around, right? So even United States business is increasing and booming. Non-United States also booming, which is very good. So I'm very impressed with the revenue figures. Earnings side, if you see the quarter three, the estimate was 2.38. It beat the estimates 2.96. Last quarter, it did the same. Quarter before, it did the same. Quarter before that, it did the same. So it's been steadily, constantly beating estimates, which is very, very good for a company. And the revenues, if you see, the estimated revenue for last quarter is 44.67 billion. It gave 48.76 billion. So it's doing really well. And the surprise element is increasing quarter over quarter. So earnings increasing, revenues increasing, assets more than liabilities, and it's got new cars coming in. It's productive and efficient in terms of producing cars, and also supply chain is very well sorted. That means the cost is in control. So overall, well-run company with a stable management, and with all these things happening, with different models coming out every year. To me, overall, numbers wise, management wise, GM looks good. And it looks a little bit cheap as well when you see the PE on the value side. Now let's jump in and see the chart. Let us see if it is still worth buying this looking at the chart. So I'm going to take you to General Motors daily chart. This is General Motors daily chart. Now, General Motors has got a bit of a character. A character is it always goes sideways for a couple of months or so, then jumps, go sideways, then jumps, go sideways and jumps, go sideways and jumps. So if you're either GM, if you're owning GM shares or if you're thinking of owning GM shares, you got to remember you will go sideways for a long period. So you should be able to have a patience and not to get frustrated as it's going in the sideways. Now, based on certain price patterns, we got GM giving a target of 59.77. So around 59 is a good place to lock in profits. Now, where would I enter if I had to enter into this stock? I would enter this stock on a pullback. So if you see there is a channel going up there, nice channel, right? A nice channel. I would want the price to come down into this orange area. So that means if it comes between 49 and 51, right, I will be a buyer of this stock because that's probably a good place to enter, low risk. And if I had to put a stop on this, I'll probably put it around 48 mark. That would be my stop. My target will be 59. So that's good reward to risk. A good reward to risk. Okay. So let me remove all these drawings. Let me remove all these indicators. So we got a clean chart. Now, if you look at this clean chart, as we said, we would like to get in somewhere around this area here. That's the area we would like to get in, somewhere between 49 and 51. And the stop will be right below here, around 48, 30, 40 range. So that will protect, and then probably will get out at 59. So that's roughly everything you need to know in one place. I'll mark that as a red line. And if I had to put a stop, I'll probably put my stop right around here. That makes 47 area. That would be, I think, a better stop. If you want a tighter stop, you can go a little bit further up and leave it there. So my entry will be in this range when it comes down into this black rectangle, anywhere between 49 and 51. I would prefer to get in there. The target of 58 and the stop of here, which means my reward to risk would be, let's see if I can show you. So that would be my reward to risk. So there will be the reward, that is the risk. So looking at this picture, and all the analysis, I think General Motors is a good one to buy around this area with a good stop and a target of 58. Nothing is etched on stone, but things might change. But this is based on my analysis, so I'll be buyer of this stock in that range, 49 to 50. As I said again, this is just my analysis to help you to do your analysis in a better way. And hopefully this is useful. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next video with analysis of another stock. Thank you so much for the privilege of your time. Bye for now. Sankar Sharma signing off.